your weight might not always be the best indicator of your fitness progression, okay? And when I say this, there's a lot of nuance to this because they're like, oh, your weight doesn't matter. To an extent, yeah, it does. If you're 400 pounds, you're very, very obese usually because if you're 400 pounds, like if you're 300 pounds, you're not a bodybuilder. Like you're not these guys who are the most muscular men to ever exist on the face of this earth, okay? So if you're 400 pounds, you need to lose weight. Your weight is going to definitely matter because if you drop the weight, it's going to be mainly body. Like you just need to get that weight under control. You need to starve yourself. That's going to work. Seriously, if you're 400 pounds, you need to like literally like stop. You need to lose some weight now, okay? But when I say weight, okay, usually a lot of times where weight can steer people the wrong direction are people who are trying to lose maybe 40 pounds, but they're also, key caveat, starting to work out, okay? And this is super common with like the 10 to 20 pound weight lossers who are trying to lose fat, right? So I categorize it as weight loss, fat loss, body recomposition, because people who need to lose weight is usually above 40 pounds. You need to lose 40, 50 pounds. Your weight on the scale is going to be a good indicator of that. If you need to lose 20 to maybe 20 pounds, weight's going to be an indicator. But if you need to maybe lose 10 to 15 or you're like skinny fat, it's going to be more like recomposition, okay? Now the caveat with both the recomp and fat loss people are going to be that they are working out. They're resistance training, not exercising. They're not on the treadmill. They are resistance training, okay? Because if you're not resistance training, you're not going to build muscle. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to build muscle without resistance training. It is not going to happen. So there needs to be some form of resistance on your muscle to the point where it breaks down, and then your nutrition is going to help that build back up, which is going to result in a physical appearance change of muscle growth, and you're going to look better, okay? So resistance training must happen. Now, it might happen passively. Maybe you're doing some random class and you're doing CrossFit. Yeah, but it's happening. You have to resistance train, okay? So it's happening in these bottom two subgroups of fat loss and recomp, body recomposition. When I say recomp, body recomposition, meaning you're building muscle and losing fat at the same time. That's what that means. But what happens is these guys or the guys or girls, whoever it is, start working out. They start resistance training, working out. When I say workout, I mean resistance training, like weights or body weight, resistance, like push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, resistance on your muscles. They start resistance training. And then what happens is they start putting on a little bit of muscle because also if you're assuming you're eating like just not complete garbage, you're going to put on some muscle. Even if you have like a not great diet, you're putting something in your body. So your body will use it for energy, make some muscle, okay? But what will happen is these people start resistance training, they start putting on a little bit of muscle, but they're also losing a little bit of fat at the same time because they're probably in a calorie deficit. Maybe they're working with the coach, maybe they're doing it on their own, whatever. And they're losing some body fat, but some of that fat also their body is using in addition to some of the proteins, maybe some of the carbohydrates they're using in their diet, that a little bit of their fat from their body, a little bit of protein and carbs from their diet, their body is making new muscle, okay? And muscle requires less calories to add weight than fat does. Fat is 3,500 calories, is 1 pound of fat. Muscle is about 800 to 900 calories, but a little bit more energy to create muscle. So maybe you could, assume it's a little bit more than 800 calories because there's 800 in 1 pound of muscle inside the tissue itself. But inside fat is 3,500 inside the tissue itself. But to create the fat, you just need the calories because it stores so effortlessly. But to create the muscle, it's an energy process. It needs energy, so you're going to use some energy, aka the fats are on your body, it's energy, yay, and you're going to create some muscle mass with it, okay? So when I say this, I don't mean to give you science class, okay? But what I mean to say by this is here's the kicker of how to actually know. If your weight is staying the same, and your waistline is decreasing, then you are building muscle and losing fat. So when you feel like your weight isn't always the best indicator, this is what you do. You also track your waistline, right? If you're tracking your weight and your waistline, that's going to be a better indicator. Now you can obviously go get DEXA scans and do all this garbage. By the way, if your scale has a body fat percentage indicator, it's not true. Don't listen to it. It doesn't work. So I would say the only 3 things you can really do as a normal human without scientific research access would be weigh yourself, take your waistline, And if you're really feeling fancy, for $10, you could get a body fat caliper test, and it'll come with a little sheet, and I'll show you how to do it. That's the best way to get a most accurate assessment. And also, hey, how do you look? Do you look less fat? Do you look more muscular? That's going to be the best indicator. How you look, your weight, your waistline, and hey, if you're really feeling, you want to spend $10 and you want to spend 10 extra minutes, really hard, I know, you can buy a body fat caliper and you can face the facts. And it'll tell you the body fat caliper, the waistline and the weight and the way you look aren't going to bullshit you. Your scale that tells you how your body, that's going to bullshit you. Your friend Linda, or whoever it is, that's telling you, oh, you're not, listen, she's going to lie to your ass. That guy, or whoever it is, they're going to lie to your ass. They're going to lie, I'm telling you, but the weight, the waistline, the body fat caliper, and how you look, never going to bullshit you, okay? So if you actually want to have a better grasp on this, weight versus fat loss, weight loss, weigh yourself, because weight is going to be an indicator of some sorts. But if you want the most precise measurement, I would say track your weight, your body weight, but also measure your waistline, okay? If you really want to, do a body fat caliper test, but look at yourself in the mirror as well. That's going to be the best 4 things for someone who's like not very experienced. It'll just show you exactly what to do, okay? And you can look it up. What's my weight? And usually every 4 to 5 pounds of weight is going to, of fat is going to subtract a waistline, a 1 inch, okay? So 1 inch waistline, about 4 or 5 pounds of fat. So it goes together. You can measure the two. So if you're losing waistline, you're losing fat, okay? But the weight might be changing, might not be changing because you're building muscle as well, okay? So it's super important to understand that, because you don't want to psych yourself out. And as you get to the lower levels of how much fat you need to lose, you're gonna lose less weight over time, but you might lose body fat, okay? But at the same time, you can look at it on the counter. If you're like, oh, then this is humongous. These guys that are like, oh, I'm bulking, oh, I'm bulking, bro. Bro, your waistline has increased 7 inches. Like, you're getting fat, okay? Because here's the thing. You can increase your weight with a minimal calorie surplus. Measure your waistline. Your goal is to add muscle. You can't, it's like a baby. You can't have a baby faster. You can put on more muscle each session, but the process itself of breaking down the muscle and building it back up, that takes time, because it's a consistency. Grow or break down, grow. Break down, grow. It's like lift, grow, lift, grow, lift, eat, grow, lift, eat, grow, lift, eat, grow. It's like, because you break it down, your food helps it build back up, and then you're not sore anymore, and then you do it again. It's a process that takes time. Literally, like, to actually put on muscle, like, you need like a legit year. Sorry, I don't mean to say that. I need to be more professional in my speaking. But what I mean to say is you need to track multiple metrics, because when you think about your weight, someone will be like, oh yeah, put on 10 pounds of muscle, bro. If you got a DEXA scan, you probably put on 2, and the rest is fat, because you're going to put the fat on faster, because it's effortless for fat to store. If I have too many calories, the body does not require that energy for any processes I have. So it's going to store it for when I need more energy. But if you're constantly eating like a asshole every day, you're gonna store and store and store and store. Over 100 calorie surplus over a year is 10 pounds, bro. Sorry, professional. 10 pounds, period. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to build muscle, you know, it's not going to happen crazy fast. It's way slower than fat loss. Fat loss, you can stop eating now. If you need to lose weight, you can stop eating today and be 10 pounds lighter in a week. Genuinely. So it's more important to understand that weight might not always correlate with fat loss, but eventually it's going to start out with weight loss, and then as you lose more weight, it's going to change more. But also too, you need to change your diet as well as you lose weight, because your BMR, the amount of calories your body needs, is going to change. So that needs to change as well. And as you lose weight, it's going to be more into fat loss, because you don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. But losing fat, and a lot of fat, will also reduce your body weight, okay? So it's important to understand that. So as you lose that fat, you need to track the fat loss more so than just the weight loss. So I would recommend just starting with both. Track your weight, track your waistline, look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, am I less fat, the same fat, or more fat? It's not going to bullshit you. And then finally, if you are willing to put in a 1 second Amazon search and 15 minutes when it arrives, you can also get your body fat percentage with a caliper that'll show you exactly how to measure your body fat to within about 2 to 3%. Okay, so it'll be pretty accurate, and you'll be able to assume is it higher than that or lower than that, and that'll usually give you a good indicator. And from there, you know what you need to do. You need to resistance train, and you need to be in a caloric deficit, and you probably need to eat some more protein. And eating more protein will probably by proxy put you in a caloric deficit, as long as you're not getting protein in with unlean sources like super fatty meats and stuff like that. And from there, you got to work. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work in the gym. You got to put in the work in the kitchen, and you have to track the measurables, or nothing's gonna happen. You don't track it, you ain't gonna know. Not gonna happen. I've never it's not. You don't track your food. You don't track your weight. You don't track your waistline. You have no clue. If you want to budget your money, you're not going to just wake up one day and be like, oh, I saved so much. That's not. It's like you know intrinsically the goal. You know. If you're watching this about fat loss versus weight, you know what to freaking do. You know. Now I help people with this, right? If you'd like someone to just do the shit for you, you're welcome. Link in the description. Plug, shameless plug, because I'm very good at what I do, and I'll get results guaranteed. Actually, double your money back. That's what I do. And here's the thing: people are like, if you listen to me and I can't get you results, I genuinely believe nobody else on this planet can get you results, because I'll be on that ass every day to get you to where you need to be. So if you want someone to just basically do everything for you, hold your hand while you do all of it, make sure you're doing it every single day, do it on your ass every single day to make sure you're getting those results. Let's work together. Fill out the form, click the link. There's going to be something with a call to action in the bio that I'm going to put, little marketing, you know how it is. And we can work together. And if you don't get results, I'll give you double your money back. Double that money back, Jack. And we can work together. But let me know if this video helps in the comments. If this shit helps, don't just say, this was so helpful, and then not do anything. Okay, this was helpful, great, I followed your advice, and I got results. Great. Do it now, okay? Stay blessed. I'm rooting for you. Have a good day. If you want to work with me, check out that description, and let's get rocking and rolling. Results are double your money back, Jack. Have a good day. Bless this amazing Sunday. I don't know what day you're watching it, but Sunday, have a blessed Sunday. I'm rooting for you. Let's go.